Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Sunday, March the 1st, 2020, and we're here to get right into some tennis talk. So let's get down. Let's go. Pumped up. It's March the 1st. Some people may ask why. It's because I love intense weather and doing hurricane videos and stuff like that, and that time is coming. Let's get down.
And also it's warm, and it's a great time to sweat and get in shape, right?
Absolutely.
I love it because that's when I get back into my form.
Let's go. All right, topic number one to start the show today is this. If you were a player or a coach, if you were an opponent of Novak Djokovic right now, how can you stop him? How could you, what tactics would you pre-match employ? Or what would be your modus operandi, your MO, if you were to play Novak Djokovic right now? Number one, Novak Djokovic is on a 21 match win streak. He's 18-0 on the year. So I'm going to put it right on to Carla. Carla, from a coaching perspective, from a player's perspective, from what you know about Novak Djokovic's game, how do you plan, if at all, to compete with Novak?
Okay, number one, obviously we know it's going to be tough to beat Djokovic for anyone, but maybe for someone like Nadal, I would tell him serve to his body or serve in the middle. Let him decide whether he has to hit a forehand or a backhand. Djokovic is too good on the run, so you don't want him moving side to side because that is his strength. I would neutralize the ball a lot more, serve to the middle. When you're on those long rallies, hit in the middle. Do not give him the angle, because once you give him the angle, you're in trouble. Have him come to the net a lot. His weakest spot, the weakest thing in his game is obviously net. And it's hard to get him there. You better be ready to pass him, go over his head. Definitely play. Points need to be a lot shorter. The longer they go to Djokovic. And there is no forehand or backhand. I wouldn't say attack the forehand, attack the backhand, because both sides are very strong.
He's pretty steady on both sides.
So that's why I say when somebody's that good side to side, moving side to side, hit to the middle. Let them figure out where they want to hit, where they can give you an opening and now go for that winner.
One of the big downfalls of playing anyone, it doesn't matter if it's Djokovic now or in 2000 and, I think he's had a couple other very stellar years. When you're playing someone that's hot and you know it as an opponent, you're mentally at a disadvantage right off the get-go. So the first thing that I would try to tell my student or myself is, let's go! Forget this dude, man. Come on, he's human, he's mortal, I am too. Let's get down. So I would try to alleviate the mental check off before the match started. I would do everything. I don't care if I had to do push-ups before the match, like sets of 100, like boom, boom. I don't care if my arms were worn out. Yeah, what did Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fought the other night? Wilder lost and blamed his loss on the weight of his pre-fight gear because it weighed his legs down and made him tired, so his legs were there for a week before the match started. In other words, bullshit. Anyway, I think I would definitely have to get myself pumped up, beyond pumped up, fired up, motivated, let's go, down and dirty, watch something that just made me hungry to start to check that off.
Cool.
I'd have to neutralize that from the get-go. Number two, you mentioned serve at Djokovic's body. I see where you're coming from.
Not body, but neutral. Make it neutral. Don't give him the angle. You see what I'm saying?
And make him think for a split second.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Not body, make him think. Make him think where he wants to go.
So I'm gonna look more at my return of serve. If I'm playing Novak Djokovic, knowing that his serve is not gonna blow me off the court.
Oh, I'm just talking about.
Well, yes.
You serving.
Yes, exactly. Well, I'm giving you. If I'm telling my student, you're saying, serve to the body. If I'm telling my student number one to do something, you told yours to serve to the body.
Yeah.
I'm telling my student, which is a little different from yours, to attack his serve.
Sure, I didn't get to that part, but yeah.
I'm telling my student, first and foremost, before we even start worrying about your own service games, the reason why I say that, my return of serve coaching to Novak, or my return of serve coaching to my student that was playing Novak, would not be discussing your service games first. Why? Because he's the best returner of all time. I would be telling my student, let's look at match footage. Let's look at predictive statistics, how he serves out wide, up the tee. How does he mix them up? And let's look at percentages. If I can read his serve 70% of the time, C average, and I can attack that serve, in other words, I don't care. I'm going in as an underdog no matter what. I'm going to tell my student, you're an underdog. This guy is arguably the best tennis player that's ever played. Let's look at film for hours on end before we play. I don't care if you don't sleep. Well, you got to sleep, just saying. But let's look at film and let's try to find a C average where we can anticipate where the serve's going. And because we know we are at a huge disadvantage just right off the bat, let's attack that serve. Go for broke right off the get go. You got one opportunity. Let's take the opportunities and let's attack the serve. I'm telling him to attack the serve no matter what. Put him on his heels. That's where I'm starting. Number two, if we can attack the serve and put him on his heels, and I can get some type of a short ball in return, I don't know if I'm going to go for the pass right off that second short ball because he has such athleticism. He might run down your pass 7 feet behind the baseline and neutralize the point. So I think I might have my student rip the return, hopefully a C average 70% returns, and instead of going for broke on that return plus one return and go, I'm going to have him chip that third ball. So he serves to me, I attack it. He gets the ball back kind of neutral in a floater, and instead of just ripping that fourth ball, I'm gonna have my student chip the ball, bring him into the net, and then try to take him at a net position. Try to go at him, try to pass him, try to lob him. I know he doesn't have many weaknesses, but if I'm his student, I'm trying to attack the serve, bring him to the net, lob or pass.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done, I get it.
Chip can fail when you are under pressure, but as far as, yes, him serve, where you made a good point. His weakness would be his serve. It's not like he's really going to ace you many times, so that is something definitely you want to attack. And if you have match points against him, go for the shot. Definitely go for it. Don't play neutral on that.
Yeah, I mean, Djokovic currently doesn't really have many weaknesses. The proof is in the pudding, if any weaknesses at all. I mean, he started the year 18-0. He's on a 21-0 match win streak. He has a ton of variety. He can throw the kitchen sink at you. He can switch it up and play the slice game with you. He can switch it up and play the aggressive game with you. But the only hole, I think, in his game is his overall ability to get to the net and in points quickly. So I would try to be that guy. I would try to do whatever I could to end the point quickly, be aggressive on the return of serve, and hope that I would get some service breaks and maybe not be so upset if he broke my serve, knowing how good of a returner he is. I would try to get into his service games and understand that I might get broken and don't get pissed off because I get broken because he's the best returner that's ever lived.
Number one, you got to go in there mentally tough. Just imagine you're going to be there for many, 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 many hours, and you're not going to win this match really quick.
Yeah, you don't want to get into 20, 30 shots.
You're going in there thinking, I'm going to beat him, blow him off the court, and try to get out of there. No, you better get ready to battle it with him.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's right now he's so hot. All this is just conjecture and theory, and again, he's on fire. So I think you mentioned, and maybe I understood this wrong, you'd have him moving laterally.
No, I would not have him.
You would not. Okay,
no,
I misunderstood. Sorry.
That's his weapon right there. He knows how to move side to side. You don't want him moving side to side. You want him neutral, and you want him moving forward.
So let's be realistic here. If you, Carla, you and I coach, and you did a great job this morning, by the way, with the morning sessions. I really love watching you teach those guys. Anyway, what does, as a coach, Carla, what do you tell Novak Djokovic as we come and approach into this clay court season? What do we tell him? Do we expend a lot of energy?
I tell him take it easy. Play a couple of clay tournaments. Don't even show everything that you have because you know your competitor is going to be Nadal. It's not going to be Thiem, guys. I know you guys think it's Thiem. It's not. Thiem will go be. I have a feeling that he will lose early. I would say just play a few, maybe 2 Masters, and I wouldn't even worry about Indian Wells or Miami Open. Why spend so much energy on a hard court when you can do damage to yourself? And those knees or elbows, or why expose so much when you're the target right now. He's the target. People want to beat him now.
As we move into clay season, if for me, and I know you are going to agree with me, Carla, because we think the same about the situation. It's not that I don't think Djokovic can win the French Open, but I think that it will be so much energy expenditure that I don't know if it's wise to go for it. I don't even know if it's wise to go for broke at Indian Wells. I don't know if it's wise to go for broke in Miami. I don't know if it's wise to go for broke in Madrid or Barcelona or Monte Carlo.
I let Rafa have those titles and not worry about it.
The reason why I say this is this is my forecast. Much love to anyone that agrees and that disagrees. You know, this is my forecast. I think the goal for Novak Djokovic should be 19 majors by the end of the year. He has 17 now. I'm thinking my pitch is from a coaching standpoint. If this is my student and I want him to go down in the history books, no matter whose take on it, whose takes on it to have the most majors of all time, I'm thinking longevity. Longevity. The reason why Nadal has so much success on clay is because he's a physically strong specimen, and he can put the ball through the clay with his gusto, with his vamos, with his raging bullism. He can put the ball through the intended path quicker. He can make the ball hit on the clay and bounce through the intended target, where most people tend to hit the ball and it slows down a little bit and gives the opponents a little bit of extra time to get there. Nadal can put it through that. Even if Djokovic can beat Nadal on clay, I think it's in Djokovic's best interest longitudinally as his career transpires through the next 2 years. I think it's best for him to ease off the throttle here. I know military aviation, my father was a pilot. He would be like, sometimes you don't need to ease off the throttle, but sometimes, you need to give it a whole lot of gas, but sometimes you really have to ease off the throttle. I think this clay season is in his best interest, Djokovic's that is, to ease off the throttle a bit, even for Indian Wells and even for Miami, to ease off the throttle a bit. Maybe let one of these little young bozos, Zverev or Tsitsipas or TM or Kyrgios, who was kissing Kalinskaya the other night. Please, Kyrgios, don't pollute Kalinskaya because she's a pretty young lady and you're just a bozo. I like your game, but come on, bro. Anyway, we won't get into that. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
Leave Kalinskaya alone, bro.
She's the idiot.
Yeah.
He's not the idiot. She's the idiot.
Yeah, I think she's ranked.
She's the dumb one.
She's ranked like 111 in the world. She's young. She's still 21, 22.
She's the dumb one.
Yeah, don't contaminate Kalinskaya's brain. Let's go, Kalinskaya. I love that girl. Let's go. But don't let Nick Kyrgios kiss you on the head, man. That's just, come on, don't do that.
She's the idiot.
Anyway, all right, so Djokovic, in my opinion, will have 19 majors by the end of the year if he eases the throttle off now.
Well,
I mean, not compete very deep, compete as deep as you want, but don't break your leg or tear your shoulder up or make your elbow hurt or whatever over Indian Wells, Miami, or any of the clay stuff, including the French, and get ready to win that Wimbledon and then the U.S., as he's done multiple times before.
Well, isn't French and Wimbledon like back-to-back?
Back-to-back.
Yeah, so you have to decide in your head which one is more important to me.
And that's why
Which one? Because then the Olympics, isn't the Olympics around? When is the Olympics?
Well, we have to be careful with the Olympics talk. Last time we mentioned the Olympics and something that's going around, we almost had the ability to download the video. Anyway, read between the lines. Anyway, I don't know what happened there, but
it's July. The Olympics are on July 24th. That's right. When is?
That's my mom's birthday. What's up, Mom? What's up, dear Mama? Let's go. So look, if Djokovic can pull out,
that's Wimbledon ends July 12th. That's tough. What is your goal? I would say to Djokovic. What is your goal? What do you want to do?
The goal has to be to surpass 20. Now basically you can say he's the best ever. However, until that last notch is kind of calculated, and that's the most majors, I think there's always going to be the debate. So I don't think it's in Djokovic's best interest to put everything into the French or the clay season. I think it's body preservation. I think it's fitness preservation. I think it's burnout preservation. Don't forget, we're all human and we all get burnt out of things. I think it's mind and body preservation. Let's have a lights out Wimbledon. Let's pick and choose our tournaments through the early hard court season. It's a little long before we get to the U.S. And let's just dominate the U.S. That gives us 19. Okay, that gives us 19. And Nadal may have his 20 from the French. So if Federer and bosom buddy Nadal are tied at 20. Well, good for them. I end the season at 19. That gives me 20 Australian Open. Forget the French next year. Even if Nadal wins it, that gives me 21. Then I go into Wimbledon and get 20, tie them, and then 21 at the U.S. So I know it's easier said than done, but I don't think the French Open run is wise for Djokovic to put everything into. It spells potential disaster for me.
I think it's hard to win one Grand Slam. I don't care who you are.
Once again, Nadal has the edge on clay because of his physique, his body structure, his strength. I'm not saying Djokovic and anyone else isn't strong, but when it comes to tennis tactics and tennis theory and MOs and plans, we want to say hit the ball here, take it early, let's put it in point A, let's get the return hypothetically C average here, and let's put the second ball here, which will allow me to be here and put it away.
Don't play too much tennis.
Nadal has a way of executing these type plans because on clay, he can put the ball through the surface, where everyone else, it tends to slow down a little bit. Nadal can still play pretty rapidly and grind it out on clay better than anybody else.
Sure.
Okay, that was actually a pretty good topic, and we got through it kind of quickly. During the research we were doing earlier this morning, I did notice a comment from Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic said, and I quote, well, actually, I can't quote it. I have to step that back. I'll get drilled. Novak Djokovic indicated laughingly that he would like to complete this season undefeated, without a loss, 0. Let's go! Come on, why wouldn't you? Let's go!
That's not gonna happen.
Let's go!
That's not gonna happen. Obviously, he has to save his body.
If he picks and chooses his matches correctly, and if he picks and chooses his matches correctly...
No, nobody's Superman. I'm sorry.
Okay. What'd you say?
Nobody's Superman. We're all human.
I got some kryptonite. Let's go!
Are you telling me he's not going to lose one match?
I love the comment, by the way, a little while ago.
He's going to lose one match.
We had a comment right before we started recording the show about there was some new dude that was like, guys, stop fighting. I just had to stop watching. I unsubscribed.
Don't watch.
Don't watch!
I don't care.
Get on these! What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do when we go wild on you? Let's go, brother.
His name was Slavika Strabadahash, whatever.
Get on these nuts! People like you that make me want to just DDT you like Jimmy Fly Snook off the top rope with some Jesse Ventura off of your throat. Make me want to fight. Haters make me want to fight. Let's go.
Stop, please. It's so annoying.
Kidding. All right. So, here is, by the way, a list of the top 10 seasons in tennis history, not by me, but not by us. I actually Googled this up, and an article came up from Bleacher Report, respectively, about the top 10 seasons in tennis history.
All right, let's see.
So you can Google it, Bleacher Report, whatever. Much love to Bleacher Report. It's very well done. Okay? Number 10. Okay, number 10. I'm going to list them 10 to 1. Number 10, Novak Djokovic, 2011, went 70-6. Number 9, Rod Laver in 1969 went 106-16 and won all 4 majors. Let's go! Number 8, Roger Federer in 2006 went 92-5. Let's go! Number 7, Margaret Court in 1970 completed a Grand Slam, won all 4 majors, won 21 tournaments, and only lost 5 matches.
Wow.
They were probably in all Australia. Number 6 in line, Jimmy Connors, 1974, 93-4. Don Budge, 1938. My dad, a big fan. I grew up hearing about Don Budge. My dad is 81, be 82 in January. Born in 38. I heard about this guy all the time as a kid. Have one of his rackets up there on my wall. Anyway, Don Budge won the first ever Grand Slam in 1 year. All 4 majors in 1 year. 1938 went 44-2, and traveling back then on a ship wasn't too great unless you took a big biplane that might crash and burn in the Atlantic or something, or Pacific, whatever. Was undefeated until late in the season and lost a questionable match in 38. Number 4, Maureen Connolly, Little Mo. What's going on? Let's go! Went 61-2. And won all 4 majors. Let's get down, Little Mo. Let's go, Little Mo.
All right.
John McEnroe, number 3, 1984, went 82-3. Steffi Graf in 1988 went 73-3 and won all 4 majors.
Wow, impressive. That's why I love Steffi Graf.
Woo, Ric Flair. Number 1 all time, according to Bleacher Report, Martina Navratilova in 1983 went 86-1, and the
86-1
won three majors, and her only one loss was a random controversial match in the 4th round of the French Open.
What? Wow.
Now Novak Djokovic wants to counter that and go undefeated.
But you know what though? We're gonna have Djokovic fans say Huck and Federer 2006 was so weak. You can't put that at 10.
Cry me a river.
We didn't do it. So don't, before you chop our heads off, that's how this, whatever. Bleacher Report did it.
Cry me a river. Who sung that song? Cry me a river.
Justin Timberlake.
Cry me a river.
You might get copyrighted now.
Oh, let's go! Boom! Also, in the same time frame, Novak Djokovic indicated that Stefanos Tsitsipas would eventually be number 1 in the world. Thoughts, Carla?
Well, right now, I mean, he's got 1 title. He's had 7 wins, 4 losses, 5 titles all time. He's 21 years old compared to Medvedev, who's had no titles. 8-4 is his record this year. Zverev, 8-4, no titles this year. And TM, who's 26, approaching 27, 9-4. I don't know if he won a title. Not my favorite guy, but he's ranked number 6. So, yeah, that's an easy pick. Why wouldn't you think that Tsitsipas is going to be number 1 after Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal retire?
Well said.
They have to retire. It's not happening during their time. Yeah, they have to retire.
Well said. After, I think right now, I would think that Tsitsipas...
he's 6 right now.
Yes, I would think right now, when Federer comes back, whatever, I think that...
He'll jump up a few spots.
Yeah. Okay, so... With currently, there are no depth, honestly. I know everybody's been going back and forth about depth and eras and stuff like that. Those that are behind right now, the big 3 or big 2 now, in my opinion, are nowhere close to those that were behind the big 2 and 3, say 15 years ago.
Tsonga, I think Moya,
Berdych, Tsongas,
they were much better.
I mean, geez, we don't have to go back there. Yeah. There's no depth. I think
they're all the same. They all act the same. They're all pouty little kids.
Yeah, I mean, is Zverev that great?
They're not fighters. They don't have hearts.
Let's go, Zverev. Let's go, Berrettini. Let's go with TM.
They think the world owes everything to them.
Whatever.
I would take TM out of that category. TM's not a powder. He's a fighter.
But I mean, TM just with the likes of...
He's almost 27, so
yeah,
soon you'll be taking him out of that.
He's like almost retirement age on the norm.
Yes.
So, let me tell you why I disagree with Djokovic on Tsitsipas being a future number 1. If there's anyone halfway...
Compared to everybody else?
In the context of if there's a group of people that are, at least a very good player. Mm-hmm. Tsitsipas is very spastic. He kind of spazzes out a lot. His court conduct is erratic. His pouting ability is up there. His ability to just squander points being a pouter is up there. I don't think he's quite of a man yet. I mean, he's still a boy to me. Let's forget about being on the court. Let's just say off the court. Tsitsipas isn't not one of those types of dudes that if he bumped into me the wrong way and disrespected someone in front of me, where I wouldn't be like, I will just drag you through the dirt, bro. On the other hand, people like Djokovic or Nadal, I'd be like, man, my bad. They're more intimidating as a man yet. Tsitsipas is still a boy. Mm-hmm. I would have no problem with putting Tsitsipas in his place if he disrespected me on a personal level. The other guys, more soldiers, like, whoa, let's try to work this out. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing with the Zverev linguini noodle. The same thing with a lot of these. With the
Medvedev's just got a mouth.
Felix Auger-Aliassime, much love to him, but he's still a boy.
They're all boys.
But if you look at the Beckers and Edbergs and Changs of their same age frame and younger,
Becker at 17 looked like a man.
Man up, like what's up?
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll be number 1 unless when the big 2 left, they go away and there's just no one else there.
No, maybe Federer should keep playing when the other two retire, because he's got a good chance to beat all these guys.
As far as the expectations of Novak Djokovic at the French Open, and we're going to end the subject. Where do you put him, Carla? What are your expectations from a coaching perspective?
For the French Open, I wouldn't even bother with that.
I mean, get some match practice and let's keep the body fresh for the rest of the year.
I wouldn't even worry about it. Especially if his goal supposedly is the Olympics and Wimbledon, right? That's tough to do.
Yeah,
Back to back, tough to do.
Yeah, in my humble opinion,
Most players who win the French Open do not win Wimbledon. That's the toughest one to do.
well,
Very few have done it.
there's a connotation.
Very
There's
few have done
there's a
it.
connotation for that. It's called the French Wimbledon double.
Yeah, very few have done that.
The French Wimbledon double is difficult. Nadal's done it.
Yeah.
Who else has done the French Wimbledon double? Did Federer do it the one year he won the French? The French Wimbledon double is difficult.
It is very difficult.
Very difficult. Did McEnroe do the French Wimbledon double? No. I can't remember. That's a trivia question. Actually, here it is. Here it is. These two sets of Y-Tech strings right here. If someone can tell me the last person to do the French Wimbledon double before Rafael Nadal, I'll send them these two sets of strings. If you're a player, I mean, I wouldn't do it. You can do it just for fun. But if you're a player, I'll send you these two sets of strings, and then maybe you don't have to do it, but maybe you can send us a video and your honest thoughts about the two sets of strings. So I'll write that out there. When this video downloads and we record it, the first person that wants these two sets of strings, I'll send them to you if you can tell me who the last person was to do the French Open win and the Wimbledon win prior to Nadal's last time. Because if I missed one after that, I don't think I did, then I stand corrected. All right, you good? I'll send them to you, ship them to you for free. And hopefully that you'll play with them and give us some feedback on the strings.
Right.
All right? That was pretty cool. Threw that in there. Remind me if someone puts that there.
Okay.
The next topic, real quickly, and we're going to end this show, is there was a viewer by the name of Donde Rollins. What's up, Donde? Let's go. Or George, let's go. I don't know how it's pronounced, but he writes some good stuff.
George, it's George.
George, let's go. George.
It's George.
George Rollins, let's go.
What is up with you in this wrestling stuff? It's
Pumped
annoying.
up.
That's why I don't watch WWE or any type of wrestling, because I hate that exaggerating.
No, forget that. It's because prior to the show, we were fixing to sit down and record, and then some dude sent some video comment or some comment that says, you guys fight too much. I had to stop watching, and I unsubscribed or something.
No, I don't care.
Whatever, man. Just please,
think...
this isn't about quantity. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if it's 1,000 or 22. As long as there's 22 people, we can fucking say, what's up, and I know you, and we're good. Then whatever. What is the Metallica song? Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter. Who's the wrestler? It doesn't matter. Shut your mouth. It doesn't matter, bro. Jeez. Just shut your mouth. It doesn't matter. It truly doesn't. I mean, Carla, have we even bought something that was 50 cents because of this show?
No.
Why would I give a damn if you want to subscribe? Just whatever. What's up? Fam right here, man. It's nothing but nothing.
All right, get to
nothing
the
but
subject.
that.
Get to the subject.
All right, Donde Rollins, what's up? Asked where Andy Murray was right now, and we all know. I mean, Andy Murray is arguably a first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's just say. But where is Andy Murray right now, Carla?
I'm sure that he's watching tennis. He's hurt, injured. I mean, the last time we saw him play, he had a hard time walking. I mean, he just looked, it was painful to watch him. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. I'm pretty sure he's not coming back. In my opinion, I don't think he should come back.
Currently,
why do more damage to your body?
Currently, Andy Murray is recovering from a hip surgery, his first one. There is talk from him that he may have to have a second surgery. Now let's pause for a minute and look at a surgery with the likes of Roger Federer. He had this arthroscopic surgery, a minor invasive, couple stitches. You go into the joint, you repair a meniscus or whatever the issue was. You get back out of it. You have a small invasive procedure, and you can recover from it pretty quickly. However, when you have a hip surgery to this level, it's not a minor thing. Look at the quarterback, Alabama quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama. A hip injury is nothing to joke about. Yes, I know that Bob Bryan had the same hip injury and came back. But look at the mileage difference between Murray's game of just wear and tear, Nadal type, Djokovic type, defense, move type game. Look at the wear and tear difference between that type of game and a doubles player. It's a huge difference, number one. Number two, when you have a major invasive surgery, it becomes mental. I'll use myself for an example. I blew out my patellar tendon, broke my wrist at the same time. Forget my wrist, whatever. I'll get through that. But when you go through the absolute pain and dehumanization of losing the ability to walk for X amount of time because of rehabilitation, you have muscle atrophy in the leg because you can't use that, and muscle atrophy happens almost instantaneously. I lost my whole quad muscle in 9 days. Did I not, Carla?
Yeah.
Absolutely just brutal stuff. And then when you recover from it after months of PT, and then you finally get some of your quad muscle back, and I mean just some of it, and then you find out word that you have to go in for your second surgery, or potentially that's a problem. It becomes mental. It becomes life-changing. And then if you do become healthy again, which I know, I've been through the shoulder and now the leg, that it becomes a mental crutch. It becomes something that we always worry about when we go out and hit a tennis ball, or when we see a ball that normally we would go sprint after, but now we pull up and say, whoa, I'm not going to sprint after that anymore because last time I blew out my patellar tendon. You know, it becomes a domino effect. So Murray has indicated that if he has to have a second surgery, that his prognosis moving forward in terms of playing would be majors only, and if that, bleak. But if he gets good news in the not-too-distant future, then he hopes to be back in the thick of it, mainly in majors. I'm going to say right now that with the likes of his type of injury, that you have to give a big shout-out to Rafael Nadal playing the same type of grinding game to still be in the thick of it right now, right?
Yeah, that's a very tough thing to do.
I have heard that some of Murray's current issues that he is dealing with are groin discomfort, the pelvis, the hip area, pelvic bruising, may have bone growth, may have to have surgical intervention to have some bone growth removed. Calcium deposits, I've had plantar fasciitis on my heel before playing and had to just wear that off. But sometimes calcium deposits and bone growth on ball and socket type joints can be very painful, to say the least. So going in and smoothing out that calcium growth, so a ball and socket has to move freely and be strong, but when you have a bone growth there, it's just tearing tissue. It's currently just killing you, right? Mm-hmm. So a real big thing there. I think the stress level, whether or not he comes back from surgery, a second one, or he comes back now, I think there's always the mental stress there. I think Sharapova might be able to understand that with their shoulder. I think but I think
everybody's
Del Potro,
everybody's
Bethany Maddox-Sands.
Even Djokovic, when he had his elbow, he went through some like confidence stuff. Like he couldn't, he didn't have that confidence he used to have. It finally took a win for him to like forget about what he went through with his elbow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Either way,
it's tough.
Andy Murray's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Tim Hemmon Hill was replaced by Murray Mountain, and rightfully so. So good job for Murray either way.
Yes,
yes. I said four. Good job for.
For me, I think he should just enjoy the rest of his life and find a second career. I mean, the doors are open to him. He's won many slams. I don't see why he still needs to keep playing. The only reason I would return to tennis is if I know I'm going to win a Grand Slam.
And that was his take on it.
Yeah.
So he's pretty mature on the subject.
Yeah.
All right, we're ending this show on this segment. I am not going to participate in this segment. This is for Carla.
We have questions?
Yeah, this is the end.
Waving already.
This is the end. I'm going to ask 12 questions. This is a segment we do often. It's called 12 Rapid Fire Questions. You at home, play along with it. And when the comments start coming in, we look at your responses to these questions, and we have fun with them. So I'm going to ask Carla and all of you 12 questions rapidly. Let's answer them honestly and quickly. Mm-hmm. Let's have fun with it, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Question number 1. Does Novak Djokovic win the French Open?
No.
Question number 2. Does Aryna Sabalenka win a major this year?
No.
Question number 3. Does Rafael Nadal win the French Open?
Yes.
Question number 4. Will Naomi Osaka make it back to the top of the game? Answer it.
No.
Question number 5. Will Ashley Barty defend her Roland Garros title?
No.
Question number 6. Should Maria Sharapova be inducted to the Tennis Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Question number 7. Novak Djokovic has 17 majors right now. How many do you think he will have when he retires?
19.
Roger Federer currently has 20 majors. How many does Roger Federer have when he retires?
20.
Question number 9. Rafael Nadal has 19 majors now. How many does he have when he retires?
21. They're gonna hate me for that, but whatever.
Question number 10. Yeah, you just put Novak on the burner. Damn. Yeah, burn her for that. She deserves to be crucified for that. Question number 10. Does Bianca Andreescu pop back up and defend her Indian Wells title?
No.
Question number 11. Does Serena Williams win Indian Wells?
No.
Question number 12. Give me one word and only one word that you give to describe tennis.
Mentally challenged. I don't know.
That's one. That's two.
Oh.
One word.
One word. I don't know. I don't know.
Exciting.
Oh,
amazing.
Tough.
Tough.
Tough. Tennis is tough. Tough. Yeah.
My word was friendships.
Okay. Tough. Tennis.
Friendships. Much love to everyone. That's the end of the show.
And don't kill me about the Djokovic. I say he wins one more by the end of this year. I'm just guessing.
Look, he's got 17 now. I think
he'll have 18 by the end of the year.
I think he wins Wimbledon. I think he wins the U.S.
Finishes
the year with 19.
I disagree with you. I don't think he'll win Wimbledon and U.S. Open. I think he'll win one of those. Yes.
Comment below. It's your show. Let's go!
Adios.
I was going to say something and I forgot. I got lost in words. But that's all right. Let's get down. Adios, guys. Take care. Much love. See you later.